I am back yet again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So, you guys, I just wanted to say welcome to another live. I know it's been a minute since I've been live, but I'm so glad to be back with you. So I just wanted to go ahead and get right into it. And before I do get into it, I just wanted to say thank you guys for those of you that leave comments, likes, shares, subscriptions. I truly, truly appreciate you all. And for those of you that do leave donations and book sessions with me, and just reach out to me for advice and support, that really does mean a lot. Thank you guys so much. Please continue to keep doing that. So today I kind of wanted to talk about a different topic. This was left on my video that I did. So the person was just saying like, "Hey Joy, can you talk about the family narcissistic family and scapegoating the selective child and how this can cause mental health in their own child?" So, and I know that I probably made a video about this already, but I'll probably link that below. But why not touch on it again? As a refresher for those of you that could be new to my channel, new subscribers, and all that good stuff. So the family, the narcissistic family, I like to call it a cult because essentially they kind of turn everybody into either a mini narc, a minion, or they become similar to the narc. In that way that they behave with others, how they are with themselves, and how they're just, their whole attitude, their mood, and their behavior, right? And so, the narcissist, whether it's the mother or the dad, a lot of times it's the mom per se. Let's just say it's the mom, for instance. So the mother will pick a child, and maybe this child could be very just different. Maybe they speak up for themselves. They have their own mind. They're very unique. Maybe they're special. They're talented in some way. They stand out from the family, right? Maybe they get a lot of attention and a lot of people like this child, right? So the narc parent will actually begin to use that child as a scapegoat. And, when I say the scapegoat, I'm basically saying that they will use this child to, talk down on them. They will put all of the family problems, all of the family drama onto that child. They'll blame that child for everything. They'll make the child feel bad and feel guilty and feel a lot of fear, guilt, and obligation. Um, and stuff like that. A lot of times they'll make that child, or this could be like a preteen or young adult. They'll make them feel responsible for everything in the family. Like I said, all of the family, dealings, anything bad that happens in the family, or any disappointments, or any mistakes, or any, just whatever is going on in the family. That narc parent will blame that on the child. They'll say, "Hey, you're the reason why, we didn't go to that family gathering," or "You're the reason why so and so is not feeling so well," or "You're the reason why uncle is having this go wrong in his life," or whatever the case is, right? Or they'll say, "Oh, well, you're the reason why your sister is not doing so good in school," or "You're the reason why your brother is having a heartbreak in a relationship," or whatever the case is. They may start to just blame things on you, that literally has nothing to do with you. You're innocent. You're not even involved in any way. But somehow the narc will turn it around onto you. And the reason is because a lot of times they want to break you down. They want to break your spirit. Maybe you could find a way that you're happy. Maybe you don't really behave codependent on the family like that. And narc parents, they don't really like that. They want you to be codependent on them. They want you to be just like them, be enmeshed, with the family, meaning like, if something is going on with sister, or if something's going on with brother, it's your responsibility to go ahead and take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's something going on with mom or dad, it's your responsibility. You have to be the one to fix it. You have to be the one to save them. When in actuality, it's like, no, we're individuals, and that person has their own mind. They have their own life, and they can be able to do for themselves and take care of themselves, or whatever the case is. I mean, yeah, it's good to get support, get if something happens, let's say you're on the road and you may need to call sister or brother about something that went on with your car. Like, yeah, call your sister or brother, call your mom or dad, but it's something like a little bit more personal, like maybe, I don't know, maybe if mom isn't feeling the greatest, or something happened with the uncle, an uncle that you don't even talk to, an uncle that you don't live nearby. It's like, it's not your job to go and fix that. It's like, no, uncle can do what he needs to do unless he calls you. If he doesn't call you, then that obviously means, it is what it is. But you guys get what I'm saying. And I would love to know you guys' feedback on this and what you all think. But yeah, so I hope that that made sense in regards to, the narcissist family dynamic. And, the thing is, it's not just a scapegoat that's in this dynamic. You have the golden child, you have the hero child, you have the lost child, you have the invisible child, and these different sort of personality characteristics. So like the hero child is, that child is spoiled, this child is put on a pedestal. This child is expected to exceed in anything and everything that they do. Now, you have the lost child, where this child is just kind of confused. They feel lost. They feel maybe depressed. Just really unsure of like how to feel about the whole dynamic, and maybe trying to find or get a way out, or maybe even trying to run away, but maybe they're too scared to do so, and so they just kind of feel lost. You get what I'm saying? And then also, the invisible child. This child is not seen. This child is not to be heard. This child is just there just for the looks of the family dynamic, just so it looks good on the outside, but deep down, they are just not seen, not heard. Maybe they can't say their own opinion, or they can't have their own opinion. Maybe they're, or if they do have an opinion, it's no one cares, no one, sees them, no one respects what they say, no one listens to them and stuff like that, so you have that going on. So there's different dynamics in the family, narc cult and stuff like that. And then so the other thing is the selective child. Now I actually kind of did some research on this, you guys, because again, I'm always learning. I don't know everything, right? I'm always learning. But I actually did some research and was saying the selective mutism, because I wanted to learn more about that, because the person said the selective child. So this is basically when a child can speak in certain settings, but can't speak with others. So like, for instance, like let's say the selective, so they call it the selective mutism or something like that, selective child. So this could be where, the child is really good with speaking in the home, around people that they're familiar with, but when it comes to school or other settings, maybe it could be at church, or it could be at, daycare, or, some sort of boys and girls club. Maybe they don't know how to interact with other kids, or maybe they can't speak, and they said that this is a rare case. Not a lot of kids are like this, but you have some kids that are like that. So, you just want to be mindful of that. And so I hope that that made sense and answered that question. But yeah, and so in terms of you know all of this affecting the person's mental health, and how all of this can absolutely, this can affect the family's mental health, and also the children's mental health, because at the end of the day, it's more so like, okay, a person that's being scapegoated obviously is going to be obviously depressed. They're going to be stressed out. They're going to have a lot of anxiety. A lot of times they're going to have difficulties getting into relationships with other people, whether it's having friendships or being like in a romantic relationship, because they could feel like, okay, well, my partner's going to scapegoat me, or I have to scapegoat my partner in order to protect myself, in order to, not get hurt, or in order not to feel pain and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So, you have a lot of that going on. So, and also for the other family dynamics, like the hero child, again, they can grow up and have like this massive huge ego, this massive huge demeanor about themselves, where they kind of expect that from everybody, and or they kind of become, again, like a mini narc, where they kind of mistreat people, because they feel like, oh, so since I was treated this way, and my home, her household, you have to treat me this way, and if you don't, I'm going to punish you, or if you don't, I'm going to lash out, or if you don't, it's going to be a problem, if that makes sense, right? So they kind of come to expect that from everybody, or they just have this sort of like this personality where they could get egotistical, or very just obnoxious, or egocentric, type of deal. So I hope that that made sense and that answers the question. Now, but yeah, as far as as far as this affecting, the mental health of the children, absolutely, Like I said, it could cause these children or child to be isolated. It could cause them to see the world in a different perspective. It could cause them not to trust other people, or maybe not even to trust themselves. It could cause them to feel very codependent. It could cause them to have, like when they think of the present and the future, they're just like, no, like I don't want to be with anyone, or maybe they feel like they need to be with someone. So, the way in which that, the narcissistic family can affect their children or the people around them has, really, really a negative effect on that child's mental health, or that adult child, or it could be a preteen. And so some of the things, that I would recommend, again, I never tell anybody what to do, but it's always good to make sure that, you're doing some sort of self-development or some self-improvement on yourself. So that way, if you do come from a narcissistic family cult background, it doesn't like change you for the worse, or it doesn't make you become like a narc, or it doesn't make you toxic to where, you're kind of lashing out on innocent people, or where you're taking your pain out on people that didn't hurt you and stuff like that, because a lot of times when people come from those narcissistic family cult backgrounds, either they'll go towards someone that reminds them of their narc parent, or they'll go towards someone that's the complete opposite. And then they find that, they begin to, if it's somebody the complete opposite, they'll begin to take out their anger out on an innocent person, because it makes them feel good, because they're like, I've been abused my whole life, so I got to do it to somebody else that maybe has not experienced that, or maybe didn't come from that background. That's going to make them feel good about themselves, which is not healthy, right? You know what I'm saying? And I could tell you guys from my own personal experience, I definitely was the scapegoat. But I think because it was just me at the time, because my aunt, she had two older children. One of her oldest sons, he was living like not too far from her, and then the other one, I think he was living in the house with me and my aunt and stuff, and her husband. And at the time, I felt like, yes, I was the hero child, and then I kind of went to being an invisible child, to being the scapegoat. And I felt like it was like a cycle, or different sort of roles that she had me play. But then it got to the point where I became the scapegoat when her oldest son, he ended up moving back in with her, and but then her youngest son, he was kind of like living with his girlfriend, like back and forth and stuff like that. And so I felt that yeah, I had different roles, right? But I think it ended on, for me, I was a scapegoat, right? And honestly, this had a major impact on me. Obviously, I felt like, I wasn't accepted. I felt like, I wasn't a part of the family. I felt very much so isolated. I felt very just depressed about it. And I was like, well, dang, like, what did I do wrong? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't feel good. It really affected my self-esteem. It affected like how I felt about myself, and how, who I would like, interact with, as far as like other like people, friendships, and dating and stuff like that. And I didn't feel like attractive at all. I felt like, dang, well, how somebody that could say that they love me, or this is my family, how could they mistreat me that way, or how could they put me down like that, or make things that are not my fault, but try to make it seem like it's my fault. Like, you get what I'm saying? And like, just whatever the family drama was, they put that onto you, and it's like, you have nothing to do with that. You get what I'm saying? And so, but they make it seem like it's your fault because of their own failures, or their own mistakes, their own disappointments. They put that onto you, which is very unfair, right? Just kind of like how I told you guys, I gave you that example when the last time I had saw my aunt, she was basically telling me the reason why she treated me that way was due to the fact that she felt like she didn't live her life to the fullest, or she felt like she got married too quick, or she felt like she had kids too quick. And I'm thinking like, well, what does that have to do with me? Like, you get what I'm saying? So sometimes a lot of narcs, especially the mothers, when they're dealing with their daughters, a lot of them are very competitive. They're very jealous and very envious. And if they see you have a little bit more potential than them, maybe you're a little bit more younger, a little bit more attractive, maybe you get attention and stuff like that, they're not going to like that, and they're going to lash out on you. They'll kind of be passive aggressive, but then they'll be very kind of like hostile towards you. Like, again, they'll make you a scapegoat. They'll try to ruin your relationships, ruin your progression in your life. They'll talk down on like your goals and your dreams, and they'll make you feel bad for being beautiful. They'll make you feel bad for wanting to take care of yourself, wanting to do well in your life, and they're just very just like a nice nasty, if that makes sense. You know, there's no such thing as being like nasty being nice, but you know, if that makes sense, like they're just very just not nice at all. So anyway, I hope that that made sense. I didn't want to drag this on for too long, but I hope that this gave the person that left the comment on that video clarity. So, you know, again, if you're dealing with this, or if you know someone dealing with this, have them watch this video, you know, and make sure that that person takes care of their mental health. You know, the mental health it's a big thing, because whatever you think about yourself, that says a lot, and that manifests out into the world, and that can really have an impact on that individual, and you know, how they live the rest of their life. You know, whether they, you know, they look at it and they're like, okay, let me transmute this energy into something positive, or some people who can turn it into a negative. So just be careful that that's not you. So anyway, give this video a like, share, subscribe. I would love to know what was your guys' takeaway. I'm also, like I said, I'm going to link those the other videos where I talked about the narc parent, you know, how they do the scapegoating, and you know, the hero child, the lost child, invisible child, you know, and stuff like that. So hopefully that'll be helpful for you guys, and leave other topics, you guys, that you want to learn about. I would love to do that for you all. And make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you guys do sign up for my email list, so that way you can stay updated on the new things that I have going on. Also, you guys, make sure that you do get my apparel, my Live Narc Free apparel. As you can see, the Reclaim Your Life bag. And if you guys have not, make sure that you get your copy of that book, as well as Your Pain Will Make You Successful. Highly recommend that, especially, you know, if you're dealing with narcissistic abuse or any mental health challenges, obstacles, insecurities, triggers, anything that could be coming up for you, especially whether you're dealing with a narc or just mental health, dating, relationships, life, period. Could be things to do with work and career, you know, things that could be going on in the work environment that could be causing you mental health challenges, or mental health turmoil and stuff like that, mental health trauma and stress. If you're dealing with any of that, highly recommend checking out my book. Also, if you want to reach out to me, if you would like any support sessions, any guidance, any advice, make sure that you do book my unbiased personal advice. It's just $10 per question. I'll send you the response in the next 24 to 48 hours. Or check out my courses. You might find that helpful, especially if you're a self-study person and stuff like that. Also, I do have my self-care holiday package deal. I did extend it because, you know, the holidays are coming up. Make sure that you do check that out. You're going to get this t-shirt right here. I do have it in different colors and stuff like that. You're going to get my books, my white sage incense sticks, some body oils, face mask, and a coffee mug or a tea mug, you know, stuff like that. And I do also, you guys, it should be released this month. The latest will be next month, but I'm actually working on my self-care products. I think it's mainly for the ladies, I must be honest, but I do have something for you guys, you fellas out there, because I know I have females and males watching. So I'm really excited to share it with you all. I should be getting it released in time for like the holidays, right? The holiday time. So definitely stay tuned. I actually tested it out on myself. So, and I love the like the results of what I got. My skin definitely feels a whole lot better. It feels nice and smooth. It feels very just refreshed, and you know, it smells good. It feels good on my skin, and you know, I just feel better about myself, right? And we deserve to have that feeling, right? You know, so I would definitely keep you guys posted. I'm gonna kind of give you guys I'll be releasing like the logo very soon, so you guys can be aware of like what it'll be, and then all that good stuff. So I'm super duper excited about that. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.